Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, BAHA, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to you Akim out there that's pushing the word of Yahawah, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, in all truth and sincerity. Much peace, love, and mercy to you brothers. So, this is an article that I found on the economiccollapseblog.com. This is a website hosted by Michael Snyder. And this website has a lot of good articles that I highly recommend brothers go and, take a look at. Because a lot of these articles that he puts up relate to and line up with biblical prophecy. Okay. So, this article here, the title of it is, "Most Americans do not believe that this chapter of American history is going to end well." Okay. And the truth of the matter is, it isn't. All right. Because according to biblical prophecy, America will ultimately be destroyed. Okay. But it's going to be destroyed from the inside out. All right. And then ultimately it's going to eventually be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Okay. So while you have all of these uproars of the people and skirmishes and protests happening everywhere in the world, all right, within America, you have this, you have civil war. Okay. You have civil war amongst the people as far as like their ideologies go. Okay. The things that people think about and that they believe in. Okay. And that those ideologies, that civil war and that opposition, that division amongst this nation, okay, that the people have with one another is eventually going to turn into bloodshed, man. Okay. And that's prophesied also in the scriptures, man. So let's get into this. Let's get into this article a little bit. Okay. And this has just been the spirit lately. You know, people just believing that America is on its way out. Okay. Because people are starting to see how America is declining morally. Okay. The value of the dollar is decreasing. Okay. The government itself is starting to be exposed more and more. Okay. So people are losing hope in this place. Okay. And then you got incoming Donald Trump, which is supposedly trying to bring back some hope to America, man. But, you know, this place is done. This place is done. All right. America had its time. And the Most High is pulling the plug on this place. But anyway, let me read this article. It says, "This is a very difficult article for me to write. America is more divided today than it has ever been in my entire lifetime. And the very deep divisions that now exist are getting deeper with each passing day. In particular, the animosity between the left and political right has risen to an extremely frightening level." Now, this article here, before I continue, focuses mainly on the division between the Democratic and the Republican Party. But there are many more divisions that are amongst the people, okay, here in America. And I'm going to get into it. All right. America is divided in many other aspects. But it says, "Instead of learning to love those that we disagree with, we are constantly being trained to absolutely loathe them. And the pot is constantly being stirred by the mainstream media and many of our national leaders. And as both sides go at it like cats and dogs, irreparable damage is being done to our political system." Okay. "At this point, we are not too far away from a point where this country will not be governable by anyone. Our federal government has degenerated into a bad soap opera featuring an endless paradise of insults, threats, petty stunts, scandals, and investigations. All of this drama may be entertaining at times, but it is not any way to run a country. And now all of the political strife and discord in this country has been given a focal point. I have repeatedly warned that Democrats should have never gone down the road of impeachment, because either way this process turns out, it is going to be very bad for America, because like I said, now this is going into the attempted impeachment of Donald Trump recently, you know, and once again, Donald Trump has given these Edomites, these so-called white people, hope in their country. Make America great again, right? Which really means make America white again, as we all know, okay? And the thing about it is they love their president. So if the Democratic Party is trying to, impeach Donald Trump, then all hell just might break loose, man. All right, but we know that in the spirit, the Lord is using Donald Trump, and ultimately he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. All right. I firmly believe, as well as other brothers, that the Lord is going to use him to bring in these end times, man. Okay. Going down, it says, if Trump is impeached by the House but protected by the Republicans in the Senate, the left is going to go absolutely ballistic. But if Trump is impeached by the House and then removed from office by the Senate, the right is going to go absolutely ballistic. Either way, this story is going to have a very negative end. Now I'm gonna get to the point. It says, and even if Trump wasn't in the White House, the seething hatred between the left and the right would still be there. In fact, things have gotten so bad that a new survey found that 67% of all Americans believe that we are on the edge of civil war. Okay? Partisan political division and the resulting incivility has reached a low in America, with 67% believing that the nation is nearing civil war, according to a new national survey. It says, I was stunned to see such a high number. Obviously, most Americans don't actually want a civil war, but this is what most of them see coming. Yeah, this is what most of the people see coming, okay? Because this country is divided, okay? There's no unity amongst this place, man, okay? Within America itself is no unity, and even abroad, okay? Even amongst Satan's kingdom as a whole is very divided, okay? And we all know the end to a society, to a kingdom, when it's divided against itself, okay? Get that. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 26. It says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. So if Satan, now we know that the physical embodiment of the spiritual demon Satan, all right, is the so-called white man. Pursuant to Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, he's ruling this world in a backwards and in unequal, okay, in unjust manner, okay, because he's not following ultimately the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, okay. So he's Satan. He's the adversary to the Most High. And if Satan rise up against himself, okay, and be divided, right. So we see divisions, like I said, amongst these Americans, all right, Democratic, Republicans, and then we also see it abroad, all right, because a lot of these nations that are at the top of the power pyramid, if you will, okay, are Edomite nations, okay, like Russia, for instance. Russia is now teaming up with these other different nations and forming the BRICS, nations, okay, which is a conglomerate of nations that form together, okay, to basically create a new monetary system to get away from the dollar, right? Which is BRICS stands for BRICS, Russia, India, China, South Africa. All right, but in the midst of that, you got Russia, like I said, which are Edomites. Okay, so you got the Edomites in Russia divided against the Edomites over here in America. And then within the beast system itself, NATO and the EU, you got countries like Britain who are trying to exit the EU, right? They're trying to divide themselves from the EU and from from amongst this whole beast system. Okay, so Satan is divided in those aspects, and then going back into America, you got other examples, right? You got, like I said, the Democratic and Republicans. Okay, you got this whole LGBT movement, okay, going on. You got the bundle of stick people and the transgenders, okay, versus conservatives and people who are straight and people who hold on to so-called biblical values, right? And then you have this whole feminism movement, okay, versus the MGTOW, men going their own way, okay, who are trying to get away from these crazy ass, out of order ass women. So you have those divisions, okay, and then you got examples like the NRA, which is the National Rifle Association, which is a group of Edomites who firmly believe in their Second Amendment rights, okay, and refuse for their gun rights to be taken away from them, even though the American government is, this corrupt American government is constantly trying to do so. All right, their whole motto is from my cold dead hands. All right, and so you have them versus liberals and Democrats who basically want to see guns be confiscated and taken away from the people because they're so-called causing too much mass shootings and violence across America, okay? And then you have the classic example of this kingdom being divided, which is, Jacob and Esau, okay? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man versus the Edomites, okay? We've been constantly oppressed by these Edomites for years in this society, man. Okay, so that conflict is ongoing. Racial tensions are increasing more and more. All right, because like I said, Donald Trump has given these Edomites a reason to be proud of their country and putting them in the spirit of wanting to take it back. And lately you've been seeing a lot. That's why you've been seeing a lot more police shootings, police murdering our people and getting away with it. All right, the whole story of Amber Geiger walking into dude's house and shooting him cold and pretty much getting away with murder, man. So these tensions are increasing and they're rising all across the country, man, and all across America, man. So this society, what you see is there's no unity. Okay? So when you have unity or disunity, when the people are not united in mind, in spirit, and in deed, okay, you're gonna have what? Constant conflict, constant war. And as things increase in this society and more events start to occur, people are gonna hold on to their different ideologies and beliefs that they had more and more, okay, and they're gonna increase in their beliefs, man, to the point where people ultimately are just gonna start maiming and murdering and killing each other, man. Okay, you're gonna have, like I said, race wars, class wars, because in the midst of all of this, right, in the midst of all of this division, you're gonna have economic collapse. You're gonna have the famine. Okay, you're gonna have martial law, right, and that's gonna further put people, when you have all this chaos going on, it's further gonna put people in a state of not liking their neighbor, all right, and have it in their mind to want to take their neighbor out, all right. So read the scripture one more time. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand. His kingdom cannot stand, but hath an end. Okay, so this is written in stone, man. All right, the Lord said, because this nation is divided, it's gonna eventually have an end. Okay, and we know how this end is gonna play out, how it's gonna manifest. Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Right, the Egyptians are the Americans, modern day Americans, okay? Because America is the modern day Egypt, because it's the captivity of the Israelites. And when you look on the back of the dollar bill, you see a pyramid and all of the gods that these elites in these Edomite Edomites worship ultimately go back to Egyptian so-called gods, all right, Egyptian idols. All right, so this is modern day Egypt. So the Lord has said, he said he's going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Okay. So they're going to be fighting amongst each other. You even got this guy Edward Snowden, who was an Edomite, who basically had to go into hiding and go into running because he snitched on his own Edomite government about how they're trying to take away the privacy rights of the American people. Okay. So you got these whistleblowers as well, man. Okay. So we definitely see Bible prophecy manifesting into life. It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. So this is physically, okay? These divisions that are amongst America is going to turn physical, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, okay? So people are going to be at each other's throats real soon, man. So let's get another one. Hopefully I'm already there. Yep. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world. Woe meaning destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay. And the modern day sword is the gun. So people are literally going to be out in the streets shooting and killing each other, man. All right. People are going to be getting revenge on, people who oppose to their ideologies and stuff like that, man. All right, guys are going to be getting revenge on these hoe ass, out of order ass women. Okay, you're going to have the GOP members and the NRA members and people who hold to the Constitution, waging war against liberals and homosexuals and stuff like that, man. Okay. So shit is about to get real bloody out here in the streets of America, man. That's why the scriptures say the blood shall reach unto the horse's bridle. Now that's talking mainly about when YAHAWASHI comes and finishes these people off. But the Lord also said that I come to send fire upon the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? Okay? The Lord said he didn't come to bring peace on the earth, but rather division, right? So people are going to be divided and they're going to fight against one another. Okay. And it's going to be a really, really bloody battle in the streets of America. Because like I mentioned in my last video, okay, all of these skirmishes and things going on across the world, all these wars and all of that, it's eventually going to touch the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Okay. It's eventually will touch the virgin daughter of Babylon because the Lord has it out for this place to be destroyed. Okay. America's not about to skate into the sunset and be all right. The Lord is going to destroy this sinful kingdom, man. All right. This is Psalms chapter 75. Okay. So the Lord eventually is going to bring this place down. All right. And he's going to set up a new kingdom, because ultimately this kingdom is ruling in complete freaking wickedness. And that's why the Lord is having all these things happening. All right. Because it's ultimately the algorithm and part of the steps that the Lord is taking to bring America down. All right. Civil war. But this is Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. Okay. And the Lord has judged America to be completely freaking wicked, man. Okay. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So the Lord is putting this society, he's putting this kingdom, he's putting the Edomites down. Okay. Putting their rulership down. And he's about to bring in another kingdom. 2nd Ezra 6:9 says Esau is the end of the world. Okay. The end of the world is going to come through them, through their time. And then right after that, the Lord's going to return and set up a righteous kingdom on the planet Earth, man, where there will be no division. Everybody's going to be united in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. All right. So only real unison that's happening in America is the brothers coming back together to preach this word in sincerity and in truth, in unison, man. The Lord said to not have any divisions among you. So while the Lord is breaking up America and breaking up this society, brothers have to come together within this truth and within this word to wake up the rest of the hopeful elect, man. Okay. So the Lord can set up our kingdom, which is going to be ruled in righteousness under the will of the Heavenly Father. So with that, I just wanted to go into it real quick. America's going down, and Thawadi Yahawashi for that. The kingdom is coming. Watch and pray. With that, I'm going to say shalom.